Hi folks, I wanted to make sure to mention again how the concept chart activity that we did in class today can be used to help you organize your outline as we work towards the final paper. So it's not required that you do it this way. This is just one way of organizing your final paper. If you picked the concepts today on your concept chart and figured out that maybe those weren't the right concepts or you weren't connecting with them so well, right? Then maybe those aren't the concepts for you. But if you're thinking about organizing your paper conceptually, here's how we can connect the dots between that chart that we have been working on in class and your outline of your final paper. So we have that concept chart, right? So you have one concept on the left column and your second concept on the right column. And then you have 2 or 3 or maybe 4 examples of how that concept showed up across readings, right? So again, for your concept charts in class, you have 4 rows. Maybe not every single box has something filled in, but for each concept, you provided details of how it showed up in at least 2 of the readings that you annotated, if not 3 or 4 of them. Right, so again, this is a simplified version of that concept chart. You have 2 concepts showing up across 2 or 3 readings, maybe 4. And then here's how we can flip this to help us organize our outlines. You're going to add an introduction, which will hopefully include a draft of your thesis statement. Even if that's very, very rough or that changes, that's fine, right? And then the first section in your paper after that could be about that first concept. So in that section, again, you're going to tell us what that concept means to you, how you're defining it, how you're using it, how it showed up across those 2 to 3 readings. So you'll be citing things, right? You're not going to give us that play-by-play. But when you look through that column on your concept chart, are there similarities in how the concept is showing up across readings, right? Are there similarities there? Are there connections we can make? Same thing for the second concept and then your conclusion paragraph. And again, for the final paper, make sure that you're also including some specifics of how these historical insights specifically inform your approach to social work today. So when we say approach here, that could mean the kind of social work that you want to be doing, whether it's direct practice, meso-macro work, and even among those, we can get more specific. Maybe you want to be a therapist. We could get even more specific. Maybe there's certain therapeutic modalities that you're interested in. So cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, EMDR, right? Those are examples of modalities. Or maybe doing policy advocacy work would be another very specific approach. With your approach, you could also talk about specific communities that you want to work with or what kind of organization you want to work with. So how specifically do these concepts and how they show up historically and in the materials, how specifically does that inform your approach to social work today? And so what this final paper is having y'all do is it's helping you to develop your professional identity while also situating that professional identity in a historical context. Again, that's kind of the fancier way of saying what we're doing, but I'm asking you, what's your approach to social work and what's that rooted in? So again, that's your professional identity and situating it within a historical context. And so my hope is that this paper is also helpful as y'all consider scholarship applications, or maybe as you work on an application for a master's or a different bachelor's program in your future, or in job interviews and practicum interviews, right? What are you trying to do in social work, and how are you connecting that to things that have come before you? So I hope that this is helpful to see why we did that concept chart and how that can help us as we work on our paper outlines.